What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another breakdown. Just gonna give you guys a breakdown what I think about ES and NQ, where we could potentially see price action head towards. Really quick, taking a look at the economic data. So, pretty much Monday, Tuesday is gonna be clear. We do have CPI on Wednesday, PPI on Thursday, and then Michigan consumer sentiment on Friday. So we got some action in the early mornings, which not too concerned on PPI, not too concerned for Michigan consumer sentiment. Main concern here is going to be CPI. So CPI is expected to rise a little bit on the month over month, expected to stay the same on the year over year. So we're just going to have to see what the data comes out to on Wednesday. So with that being said, and CPI being on Wednesday, Tuesday I'm going to be expecting some choppiness in the markets, as essentially the bigger players in the markets are probably not going to be doing much here on Tuesday, waiting for that CPI report. Monday I'm going to trade normally. Tuesday I'm going to probably size down, only look for one position at most, take a quick scalp. Wednesday, trade normally after CPI. Same thing with Thursday and Friday. Now, getting into the actual breakdown itself. So, let's go to the daily time frame here on ES. So, we have actually seen price action on ES give us pretty steep pullbacks. Not really too concerned of this being like a new possible bear trend here on the daily time frame, where we really start to see some big moves to the downside. Would really be more concerned for like a longer term bearish trend if ES does take out the 5200s low down here, and the low all the way down here at 5121 there as well. So if we look at the overall structure here right now in ES, price action did take out this previous support range. We did break under this key level. We took out this support range here. We've had a huge push to the downside. Now, of course, a lot of what I'm going to be looking for over the next week is going to really just depend on CPI and what the data comes out to be. Nonetheless, we do have a 4-hour key level here on ES, which I'm going to remove this. I'm going to mark this off over here as well. I'm going to mark this off around here, the 54.33. So this is going to be a 4-hour key level. So going into tomorrow, we'll have to see if price action is trading above or under this 4-hour key level here. So there's going to be a few ranges that potentially we could be looking out for. This one's not really an area of importance. We do have the 54.78s here as well, which is going to be another area of support. Realistically, probably mark this off around the 54.73s, which is going to be another area of support here on the 4-hour time frame. So with the 4-hour time frame currently trending bearish, price action is forming lower lows and lower highs. At this point in time, what I would like to see would be a possible continuation to some form of one of these key levels here for price action to hold as resistance. See if we can get some selling to step back in either at the 54.33s or the 54.77s for price action to continue to the downside. Caught some good moves over this last week shorting ES, so we'll kind of see what happens here. Now, if the market does open up here at 54.33, I would look for a push up into the 54.73s, and then maybe there we could look to continue to look for some overall shorts there. Again, it just really depends on what price action is going to do overall. Now, when it comes down to what trade setups I'm going to be possibly looking for on ES, again, like I want to reiterate that a lot can happen in the overnight session. The way price action right now is forming on this 5-minute time frame, if price action does take out these highs here and we're holding above the 54.33s, I would look for a bounce play to long this back up probably into any one of these highs. So 54, 50, 54, 56, maybe even like 54.73, then we can look to short it there. If price does start to get back above 54.73, I would be very hesitant to continue to long or to continue to look to short this market. That'd be like a huge pullback, and this is a turning point that we saw here with price action previously. So if price does start to get back above like the 73s, I'd expect a steeper push up into the 510s. Now, if price starts to trade below these areas, and let's say tomorrow price action gives us a big push to the upside and starts to come back below 54.33, that's when I look to establish that there is new selling stepping in here and sellers are defending this price range at the 54.33s, and just look to short it down maybe into this support range or these lows. Here, I don't really anticipate price action to open up super low tomorrow morning, because this was a huge push to the downside. So we'll kind of look for that. Overall, still kind of expecting price action to continue to trend bearish for now. There's no real reason to start looking to go longs unless, of course, CPI does come out as expected or lower than expected that be a different story. But from a technical perspective, right now I would like to see a pullback. For me to continue to want to look to short this market, I would like to see price action maintain at 54.43 or potentially give us a steep pullback into the 54.73s, which is why I'm thinking about looking for some form of counter trend tomorrow to possibly capitalize off of that move to the upside, since I'm not swing trading there. Now with NQ, I'm gonna go on NQ here. So NQ did give a big push and a big break to the downside there as well. If you look at the daily time frame, NQ is actually pushed further than what ES from a structure standpoint would be. Now there is a few areas on NQ that I'd be paying attention to and be cautious for. So the first one's going to be this daily key level here at 18,885. We can go down to a lower time frame, look for some different structure points. We do have another major area of resistance here on the 4-hour time frame, which is going to be 18,556. And then we do have like the major support range down all the way down here. So going into tomorrow's trading session, what I would be looking for would be some form of a pullback into this resistance range here at 18,546. If you can see price action give you a bounce play here at 18,546, I would look for shorts and a continuation on this bearish trend and look to target the previous trading day's low, which is going to be all the way down here. Now, if price action does break above 18,546, I would expect a lot steeper of a pullback back into this support range and this low at 18,709. And that's essentially what I would be looking to trade on NQ. So again, if you see price action trading below tomorrow morning 18,549, which, I mean, for those of you guys that trade CFDs as well, I mean, it's the same thing from a structure standpoint. The only difference is the actual price itself. So if price action is trading below these highs tomorrow morning, I would look for continuations on shorts. If we're trading above this area, I would look for a bounce play or a retest rejection to long this back up into the previous structure point, unless price action, if it's trading in the morning, breaks back below 18,540, then I would look for, again, sellers to hold this area and then look for continued shorts. Other than that, just wanted to give you guys a quick breakdown, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.